Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next endgame study, that is the position number 65. This position is white to play and win. We see a case of knight versus bishop here, and we see that the white's knight is attacked. The whole study is based on the simple idea that this bishop should not be allowed on the 8h1 diagonal, especially the bishop wants to control the 8 square. We see that the white pawn on a5 is very strong, because of which he is able to win the game. But after the move a6, we see that bishop immediately rushes to the square f3. So after a6, bishop f7 is blunder because of c6. But bishop f3 allows the bishop to control the diagonal to attack. So after knight e5, the bishop can just settle on a8. We will come to similar variations soon. White has the only way of winning here. He has to go with the move c6. The move c6 intends to force black to take dc, and the bishop's diagonal will be shut. But even then, white has to be very careful with the order of moves. Black has three main moves over here. One, bishop f3, trying to attack c6 instantly. Second, bishop e2, guarding the a6 square. When we see that after c7, bishop wants to reach a6, and we have the move d into c6 over here. After the move dc6, white plays a6, first forcing the bishop to come to f3, because if bishop doesn't come to f3 now, then a7 and a8 wins. So bishop f3, and it looks like white wins very easily after the move ne5. But we will note that after ne5, bishop settles on d5, and by force black will get c5 and control the 8 square with the bishop. So the important move that needs to be found here is the move knight g5, instantly attacking the bishop, and we see that the bishop has only place on the d5 square, to which white has seen the very strong knight e6. This is the key moment of the game. We see that now c5 allows knight c7 check followed by knight d5. Bishop moves will allow nc5 followed by a7 8. So bishop cannot move on the diagonal. Only move kd7, and we see that the pawn is about to queen now. So here comes knight c5 check, king c7 and a7, and the pawn and the knight both control the b8 and the b7 squares, and the pawn promotes. After the move bishop f3, it looks like knight e5 wins very easily, but after knight e5, black has simple bishop d5, and when we see that after cd7 check kd8, the game can still be drawn. Here we see that after c7 there is b7, and the knight is not able to cause much damage. But against bf3, it's very easy. Move c7 leads to a winning position. After the only move bd7, there is knight check, king moves to e7 and knight b7, and we see that the pawn wins. Thus the only move that remains is bishop e2. The bishop controls the a6 square, so white goes c7, forcing bishop a6, and now white wins very easily after knight d6 check, ke7, c8 wins, bishop c8, knight c8, but white has to be slightly careful. After the line kd8, the knight has to move in such a way that it should control the square, or it should go behind the pawn. So knight can just move to b6, and after kc7, both knight c4 or the safer knight d5 check. Then after kc6, we see a6, and black is in zugzwang. The squares b6 and b7 are guarded, and after the move kb7, white plays the knight behind on b4, and we know that the knight can never be attacked, and white can always play a6. The d pawn can be handled by the white king, and white will be able to win the game. So the main motive of this position was to not allow the bishop on the 8h1 diagonal and let it defend or control the 8 square. I hope you are finding this lesson useful. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.